Hey, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Quarbit, and I'll be your host today for Europa Universalis 4. Welcome back to the 6th part of our Identity Crisis series, where last time we played as Najd, Hosokawa, and went over all of the previous nations we'd played before. If you're new to the series, then I recommend going back and watching the older ones, but that's not necessary to continue. And if you've been following along so far, then I encourage you to subscribe and leave a like to help out the video. And with that out of the way, let's figure out which nations we'll get next. And it looks like we're gonna get Akkoyonlu. Hey, there you go. That's a nation that I can get some stuff done with. Alright, Akkoyonlu, beautiful. You see, they're not actually up to date with colonialism yet, but they're actually rather close to it. Our ally situation is not amazing, but it could obviously be a little worse. And I think I would very much like to invade Akkoyonlu. So that's what the focus is going to be here today. I'm really glad I don't have a nation that's really boring where I just sit in dev for 10 years. We've had quite a lot of those so far, and I think you guys are getting annoyed of them too. So I think instead we're going to use our military might and try to expand. Now, we actually have a pretty decent mission tree for a non-important nation. That actually gave us some pretty decent permaclaims on all of this, which means I don't even have to fabricate claims, like we are already ready to go. In fact, I already have spy networks in both of these nations, and I actually do want to invade him as well, so I will get those claims actually. His other allies include Mazandaran and Hormuz. Very unfortunately, two nations I've played before. We're gonna see them get killed maybe. Hopefully not too bad, but it's definitely going to happen. I'm also just going to try and improve relations with the Ottomans here, I think. They might be a little dangerous if we keep them unchecked, and I'd very much like to be friends with them. They don't hate me, which is great, and they're also not allied with Akkoyonlu, so we don't have the worst shot right now. In fact, somehow we're even one tech ahead of Akkoyonlu in military, so while surprising, that's going to give us the tactics advantage that we need to take them on. I'm also definitely going to want to be focusing on admin, considering that tech deficit is a little bit painful. Looks like the AI has been doing most of the right steps. I'm just going to check his estates here. Hey, he's not abusing the dhimmi. Oh my god, impossible. But this dude is actually taking good care of his dhimmi. Okay, so it looks like the Ottomans are going to hate us for a long time. If they're going to, I can see really no other option than allying the Mamluks and trying to keep ourselves alive in some way or another. In fact, if we play the cards right, we might even be able to get the Mamluks in on Akkoyonlu here, which would be amazing. Looks like all of this stuff would go to me if we declared war, because none of my allies want any of that. Alright, let's build up the force limit. I'm actually not going to take this admin tech. I'm going to save my admin for coring. I think this would be enough men to get started. Oh geez, we have so much corruption. Okay, that's going to be one of the big things I want to fix over time. Alright, let's go for our conquest of Arbil. Alright, let's go and clean up Imereti to start with. And yeah, it looks like the Mamluks are going to be able to deal with most of this for us. I don't think I'll really have to do anything. And that's the best part. I am going to be frantically rooting out this corruption, by the way. It's going to take my entire time here to get rid of this corruption. So it's going to be expensive. And I'm sorry, Hormuz. It was just a matter of time that we had to end you. We actually do need to go up into here as well. We need to siege this so we can go and siege down Mazandaran. In any case, we need to make sure that we don't get sieged down. I think 84% defensiveness will help out with that. Oh, and actually, I should definitely use this piety interaction. Oh, looks like the Mamluks are going to win as well. That's impressive. There we go. Let's see if we can ask our friend Ajam over here to do that for us. We can very quickly get Mazandaran out. Looks like the Ottomans are actually going after Imereti, so I'm not going to be able to do anything about that. Let's just go and very quickly get Hormuz out. They might have some good money for us. Oh, the Ottomans are starting to scare me. God, man. Oh, I don't like this. I could call in Gazikamuk right now. I don't think that's necessary, though. Well, if it's free, I might as well. And onwards to the sack of Hormuz we go. Ooh. Okay, it looks like we just got an amazing Sultan. A 643, that's pretty incredible. Big upgrade from the guy we had before. And that's just about as much as we're going to get out of Hormuz. So we're going to ask for money and war reps. I don't think a humiliate will fit in there. Nah. So he can remove his alliance. Actually, I don't really want to cripple him too much. I'll just get rid of his alliance with Akkoyonlu, that's it. Maybe I'm a sucker, but he is one of the nations I played as. And Mazandaran's capital has fallen, so we're just going to wait to see if they're going to grab that as well. Okay, Mazandaran's been fully occupied. They're just feeling really good about it for some reason. I don't know why. See, the fun thing about the Mamluks is they really only want this one province anyway, so I don't think it'll actually be a penalty if we don't give them anything else. Alright, just a few months should be good enough to get Mazandaran out. Seems we're not killing his army, so we'll just wait. And there he falls. RIP. So Mazandaran's a little bit of money, another force war reps. We'll just get rid of his rivals, actually, instead of his alliances. Well, yeah, it kinda hurts, but I think we'll just leave him to die. Poor dude. Alright, so all that leaves left is the main man himself. It seems the Mamluks aren't even upset about this for some reason. They just don't care. That's fine with me. I'm just gonna be going for the high value stuff, all the stuff I have claims on. When this war is done, I'll also be able to take some land back, and that'll be on the right track for some good things. Ah, there we go, 99%. Here, I'll at least give him something. Heck, he can have 2 provinces, I guess. He can lose 7 trust, that's not going to do too much. And I'm just going to be taking a bunch of land. And there you go, isn't that nice? Not a single institution devved in sight. So far. Also, this province is going to get it really quick, actually, so if I improve the advancement spread, then I can get further discounts. I also only have 5 of my Diplo slots active, so I might want to try and ally someone. Alright, let's decrease the armies, and try and make a little bit of money while we're sitting here. The only real problem I see right now is that we have big loans. I don't see that changing for a little while. And yeah, I mean, the cores are moving pretty fast, most of them are claims, so at least I can repay all the old loans. That works. I think my defensive network would be enough to stop the Ottomans if they tried to kill me. At least, I hope so. Alright, all of those are done. Let's core all this up. Make it full states. Let's also accept a culture. And I think we're gonna have to make our army a little bit bigger if we want to continue. The merchants we have right now are not really in the best place. I think I'm gonna move this guy from Crimea into here. If I were playing for the long run, what I would do is I would actually decrease the autonomy in all these provinces. I don't think the AI would be able to handle rebels, that continuously. I could try and give them a centralization effort maybe, but we'll leave it on for a little bit. I'm willing to wait until this province is done, and then I'm going to attempt to embrace the institution. The corruption here I think I'm going to stop rooting out, because we can't really afford to, unfortunately. I'm gonna at least try and keep it, slightly decreasing, but it's not like we can do too much. Also, for some reason, more taxes. From the merchant guilds, I think it might actually be a good idea to try and take the indebted to the merchant guilds. So we'll do that when we're ready to embrace the institution, because that's almost exactly as much money as I need. So we can go ahead and embrace the institution with no worries. Let's grab a couple of these techs, which are pretty cheap, and now we're getting to modernize, which is nice. I think it'll be in Akakoyonlu's best interest, if instead of admin he took economic first of all. But yeah, I'm thinking maybe defensive. He has a lot of mountainous terrain to work with, so I think having that extra 20% fort defense on top of his already strong fort defense in these areas would be pretty great to make sure he survives a little bit longer. We could also go back and give him economic, which he's going to desperately need, or religious because converting these things is going to be hard for him. But yeah, I don't really want to leave this up to the AI. I think for his long-term survivability, he's going to need some better combat ability. And he's already ahead of time on mill, so I might as well give him that first little boost. I also kind of don't like the fact that he's using diplomatic. I don't think that's going to get him very far as an AI, so I'm actually going to swap that out. I think I will give him economic instead. These things combined will hopefully allow him to actually be okay as an AI. But there we go, now he's making a little bit of money, and hopefully we can spend that on making sure he can get rid of these rebels. Also, from the ulema, I think it would be a pretty good idea to give him the clerical ministers. If the AI ends up giving himself a lot of corruption later, maybe he'll click these buttons and try to drop it a little. Alright, let's raise this fort, and let's get to work. And there we go. Okay, it looks like Transoxiana really likes us. Let's go ahead and send an alliance. Oh, it looks like one of my relations has actually been gotten rid of. That's kind of weird, I didn't expect that. And we get a new government reform. I don't exactly know what he's been doing to have only this much in 1552. That one's a little beyond me. But we're gonna give him tax in this case because he could really use the money. I was thinking maybe he spent it on expanding the administration, but nope, it doesn't look like it. I'm actually not sure at all what he's been doing. It only costs 434 right now, which is very impressive. That's obviously because he took full admin, though, so... Still not a good idea group to start with, but I'm not going to get rid of it. I mean, he already completed the damn thing. Oh, geez, and now they're getting crushed by the Ottomans. Okay, well, it's going to be interesting to see how the situation develops, but I think we've really ended up helping Akkoyolnu out here a little bit. I think the last thing I'll do before I go is I'm going to get rid of these rebels for him. So 12 regiments, which will start at the beginning of the next month. We'll just get rid of those for him. And there we go. The 1st of January 1554, we managed to conquer 6 provinces for him, embrace the institution without deving, bring his admin tech from 8 to 12, and improve his diplotech as well. I think that's a pretty good improvement. His army's also larger, he has more allies, his allies don't hate him, that's also an important part of things, and he'll probably end up dying to the Ottomans anyway. But hey, we gave it a shot. Alright, let's move on to the next nation. And we get Maguindanao, all the way over here in the lonely state of Maguindanao. Huh, well this is gonna be pretty hard to start off with. This guy has none of the institutions. On the bright side, neither does anyone else. But on the downside, that means everything we have kind of sucks. I mean, our tech sucks, our army sucks, our navy sucks. Generally, it's not a good time. And if we wanted to invade anyone, well, apparently we have a lengthy truce here. I don't know what happened, but it looks like invasion's not really on the table. Ah, it looks like Brunei invaded us. That's what happened. He also took full administrative and espionage. I don't know what's with the AI and administrative. They seem to really like it. But instead, I think this is one of those times where I don't think the administrative is worth it. I think I'm actually going to get rid of it. This guy's going to have a hard time expanding, but he does have money. A little bit. It's not much. And his techs aren't going to be doing very well either, and I don't think I can really do anything about that. If I remove this idea group, I might be able to get him expansions so that he can start colonizing along this area. At least that'll give him some more dev. Yeah, I think this is going to call for some pretty drastic measures. You know, I might actually be able to turn him into a pirate republic. You know what? Sure, we'll do that. That might actually get us enough money for what we need. I just don't know if we can build enough ships on time, actually. It would be rather hard to do that. I would have to build, like, 10 ships, maybe 11 ships. And that by itself is going to take, like, 11 straight years. That just means we better get started. I think I actually will get rid of this admin, though. It's not going to do us much good. I'll take expansion instead, and I'll get our first colonist. Of course, we're going to go for native repression for the extra colonial growth. We're going to get started with the highest dev that we can possibly have, and we're going to try our very best. Our king is, he's not terrible at least. He could do a little bit better in the military, but he's okay. We've apparently already taken like a ton of reforms as well, which is kind of crazy. And let's check out these guys. Oh, you know what? They're actually pretty good. I can take some land already. And he has an okay general. And let's look for some friends. Okay, it looks like we don't have a lot of friends. Everyone kind of hates us. We have annulled treaties with Manila for a while, so that's not going to be helpful. Let's try to improve relations with Brunei. And we can pick up another reform. Okay, well, we're going to give him some governing capacity then. Not that he could really use it for anything, but he can have it anyway. Okay, there are a lot of natives here. I don't know if this will be enough to destroy them, but... okay, yeah, that was enough. So anyway, well, we don't have that many guys. I actually am going to queue up all those boats. I'll build up to 11. If we can actually become a pirate republic, I'll be satisfied. Of course, that means instead of focusing on things that really matter, I'm just going to be going down here and trying to let us colonize as fast as possible. Okay, unfortunately, it's probably going to take like the whole 10 years just to get this colonized. This kind of sucks. But in the meantime, I suppose we could, you know, dev up, if nothing else. We're going to need both money and manpower, and fortunately we're sitting on gems, which is great for production. We might be able to try to do something with that. I think this guy's a little bit of a lost cause. We're just going to see what kind of fun we can have with him. Turn him into a pirate republic. Maybe, dev one of the institutions. I mean, he's like 3 behind at this point. You're not going to find much fun in this area of the world. Literally, no Renaissance, like no colonialism. The printing press is a joke for him at this point. Maybe if we manage to survive, we can not immediately die to Brunei. At least we do have a truce with everyone around us, so we can give ourselves a little bit of time to build up. But if I become a pirate republic, damn, I could raid the coasts of China. You could get so much money out of that. And then with that money, you can hire advisors. And with those advisors, you can dev yourself maybe to an institution or 2. Not that the AI would do that, but a man can dream, maybe. Hey, at least we're breaking even at this point. Brunei actually doesn't hate us. That's a great start. Unfortunately, it doesn't really mean much, but hey. We can try and be friends with his allies, and then maybe he won't kill us. I guess maybe we can privateer the southern coast of China, if nothing else. That's not getting us very much money, though. Yeah, we're definitely going to need more ships for that privateering to be effective at all. But over time, if we do happen to get enough ships, then that would be great. I'm just sort of starting to doubt, as I keep deving things, I'm like, maybe we won't be able to get enough ships because I keep increasing that cap. Alright, 5 years left of this. Starting to have my doubts about getting enough ships. Oh, and just like that, we get a minus 20% cost, you know, after I'm done half the deving. Isn't that nice? Isn't that really, really nice? Hey, let's Royal Mary and ally Lulu. Okay, maybe not ally, maybe apparently they just don't like us. Ah, right, you know, the whole pirating thing, that might do it. That might actually make them angry. Okay, hey, we get an ally. Isn't that great? As for other allies, I mean like maybe Tongning. And now we can take back more land. And I think in this case we're going to want to give him the nobility's primacy. But wouldn't you know the luck? Apparently we found more gems to the south of our capital, which already has gems. Alright, now the debate all sort of surrounds this last little bit of Renaissance. If I get the Renaissance, it's going to help my nation a little bit. Like, sure, we might be able to tech up more, but it's also going to help the surrounding nations. But seeing as how things are going right now, Brunei might end up getting it anyway. Or, you know what? I don't think Brunei would actually get very much spread. I think one of the best possible cases for us right now is to actually go ahead and invade Cebu. We have the same military tech. If I conquer him, then maybe we can swap to a different religion which is better, like Hindu. And we would have the means to actually destroy him, so I'm thinking we give it a shot. One of the major issues I could see being this colony. I'm gonna have to go back and fix it every now and then. Sulu has 15 ships though, and they're allied to Cebu. That's a lot of ships. I don't know if I can actually beat that. Oh well, I think it's worth the shot. And if we don't manage to cross, then so be it. We have to do what we can. There we go. Quick victory over there, and a nice stack wipe. Okay, we're gonna leave a couple guys behind, and we're gonna move back to the colony before it uprises again. The truce is also up with Brunei, and they really want to kill us. I'm thinking it's very likely that they're just gonna end us, so might as well become fodder for them, right? Feed them the Renaissance, maybe they'll be strong. But yeah, no, I have no qualms about whether or not we actually manage to do anything with this nation. It's sort of one of those fodder nations, you know, might work out. If it doesn't, at least it'll make someone else stronger. You can't roll lucky every time. Can't believe Sulu with all their ships haven't even once tried to go over here. Yeah, they definitely have enough light ships to just screw me over completely. I don't know what they're doing. Hey, I can even call in Manila, and they don't want land, so sure. Oh, and this guy has 2 siege, while I don't even have a general on there, so there we go. That'll make things a little easier for us. Brunei is eyeing me up quite nicely. Yeah, I did expect that. So they have Miltech 12, I have Miltech 10. That's a tactics advantage, and I don't think I'm really gonna win this. We're gonna do what any self-respecting province fodder would, and we're just gonna leave. Well, he hasn't attacked me yet. It's only a matter of time, but if we can somehow finish this war first, that would be hilarious. How are we at 64%? No, don't do this. He's at a high population. Why would you do this to me? I don't expect him to get him there on time, but like, hey, maybe. Nope, just barely no. Hey, we did win the Siege of Cebu. I'll take it. I'll take it. Okay. I can't fully annex him. We're not going to get Sulu out of the war. Sure. I'm basically just messing up this whole nation. I'm not even sure I care about him anymore. He only has a couple of days left, really, at this point, so yep. Let's go for something random, like, I don't know, missionary strength. That'd be helpful. Our ships are not strong enough to beat Brunei. Yeah. Just gonna let this nation burn real quick. It is what it is. Apparently they left, or maybe our ally won? I'm not even sure at this point. I'm actually really confused. He also has Tech 10. Why is he alive? Why are we alive right now? I don't actually know. I'll give this guy Expansionist Zealotry, I'll give him the Brahmin Council, and yeah, that's gonna be it for this nation. We only have like a month left. I'll get rid of these guys at least. Hey, you know, if somehow he survives this, that'll be cool. But I've messed around with this nation for long enough. So that's gonna be it for him. We'll see if he manages to survive. Well, we'll see pretty soon, actually. By the end of the next nation, we'll find out. Probably managed to give him like one institution. If he manages to take his land back, then Brunei's not going to get the rest of that. So that'll be pretty cool. It's going to spread really, really slowly into Brunei anyway, so this is a massive advantage that we've just given him. And he's going to finish this colony in a month, so if he's smart, he'll put down a second one. If he's dumb, he'll just dev his capital with it. But we'll find out what happens. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this episode of the Identity Crisis series. This is going to be Quarbit signing off for now, and as always, have a fantastic day. I would like to give a quick thank you to all of the patrons for the month of January, especially those we have starting in the general tier: Quiet Guy, Brennan Arsenault, Ben Greenhagen, Torvald, Theron, Brumant, Natsuki, and Dire Avenger. Those we have in the Prince tier: Snow Raven and Rockbox 2020. In the King tier, we have Chewy Shoot. In the Elector tier, we have TFLJ Martis. And in the Conqueror of Worlds tier, we have The Watcher. Thank you guys so much for your pledges, it really does mean a lot to me, and I can't possibly thank you enough.